I'm on a quest to find music and art. Supporting local talent is the place I start. Yeah, this is our culture, the place to be. Games, books, arts, and crafts and jewelry. This the guardians of the geekery. 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 And now for today's episode of Guardians of the Geekery with your hosts, Matt, Carol, and Joey.
Oh my gosh, Guardians of the Geekery special Geekery Market edition. Geekery Market coming at you Saturday, November 9th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Rain or shine, because it's 30,000 square feet of geeky goodness and over 2,000 parking spaces. Oh my gosh, we finally have parking galore, which is awesome. Don't forget about our charity Second Harvest food bank, because this is a free event, but we do ask you to bring in a canned good or non-perishable item for that. But hey, we're very happy to have Hollow Hills Couture returning. Shelley, welcome back.
Woo. Hi, I'm so glad to be here. I'm so excited for the market.
Yay!
You can see all the stuff behind you you're working on. We're very excited for you. So.
Yes. You look alive. There we go. Yeah, it's gonna be a big time. We're gonna have lots of I'm gonna have some garments like this to sell. We're gonna have dice bags, and we're gonna have banners, like wall banners. We're gonna have since it is very near the obligatory midwinter gift giving season, we'll probably do some I make reusable gift bags, like, embroidered or what have you, that are
awesome,
are good for that. So we'll have some of those as well. So yeah, it's going to be a good time. I'm excited.
Yay!
Yay.
Yeah, and this is like your third or fourth time with us. I know that you were obviously at the last one in the big space, which we all loved so much, and but also you've been with us in some of our smaller spaces too. So.
Yeah, there was, I think the first one I did was pre-COVID, and it was I had an outdoor spot, so part of it was inside and part of it was outside. And
I think that was Noah's.
That was at Noah's. Yeah, we miss Noah's, but I have to say this space just is even more so. And if we wanted to do outside, we could, but we don't have to, because we've doubled the amount of vendors inside, sellers inside. So all inside and bigger spaces, because back then we used to do a 6-foot space, and that it was 6-foot table somewhat against the wall, and now it's like 8 by 10 and all that good stuff. So it's a good time for all. But yeah, so obviously the piece on your head is something that you have made. Yay!
Yes.
And then but also you have done professional costuming. And before we got on air, we were actually talking about the fact that you do professional looking outfits for the Ren Fair for people and do commission pieces. But you also do dresses like the one next to you, correct?
Yeah.
And I love the artwork on there and the patterning.
I'll pull it closer so you guys can see. I love this fabric.
Oh, science!
It's all science, and it's all girls. It's all
Oh, that's awesome.
It's like STEM. STEM fabric. That's actually kind of cool.
And I am also a militant believer in pockets. So if I can figure out how to put pockets in it, it's gonna have pockets in it. So,
I am a pocket believer. I don't care. You just need a pocket. I don't care if it's a shirt, if it's a pant. It needs to have pockets at all times. So
indeed.
So what was the first item that you created that you're like, you know what, I need to make this a business and make this?
Okay, so the first item I created was for a class that I was taking. I'm a theater major. I have a BA in theater from UNC Asheville, and at the moment there's a lot of drama with the drama department at UNC Asheville. I don't know if you've heard that they've cut it, and so that's maybe very
no.
no.
Never cut our arts, people. Come on.
Yeah.
What got us through COVID?
It's true.
Arts got us through
Yeah.
COVID.
it-
Books, music, and shows. So never ever cut the arts.
Yeah, yeah, it's very sad, but yeah, I have a BA in drama from UNCA, and while I was there, I was expecting I was going to be an actor, and so I was in a musical theater class, and I was doing a like the final, performance. Mine was going to be from Les Miserables. And I thought, you know what this needs? I need to make a costume for it. Sure. And so I sat on the floor in my dorm room and made a corset. And with my sewing machine that I still have, and this was 2003-ish. And so I made this corset and I looked great. Did not sound great because I'm not, I'm not a stage singer. But I did my best and I looked fantastic. And then after that, it just kind of, I kept spending more and more time doing costuming stuff. And then when I had graduated, some friends of mine were getting ready to go to a fairy themed night at our local goth bar in Asheville. And they came to me and they were like, hey, you can make costumes. Why don't we all make like seasonal fairies? And so I used the corset that I had made, and I was the autumn fairy, and I made these really intricate like coats for my friends. So one of my friends was the winter fairy. He actually wore that coat when he officiated my wedding. And we had a summer and a spring, and then, like we had like lots of different themes, and it was so much fun, and I love doing it. And by the end of it, I was like, I could probably like do this. Like this is a viable option. As a way of life. So yeah, that's pretty much the first couple of things that got me into like, oh, I can do this as a job. So yeah.
Do you vend at the Ren Fair, or do you just make costumes
No,
for?
it's just too much of a time commitment for for vending, because it is there for so many months. But yeah, no, I love going though. It's so much fun, and I'll wear my Merida costume that I made. And it's always a good time. But yeah.
Yeah, for our audio listeners, Shelley has long red hair, curly hair, and looks like Merida. So it would be appropriate. But yeah, so for those who are not local to the area, the Carolina Renaissance Festival is how many, is it 8 weeks or 12
It's
weeks?
8 weeks now.
Yeah.
8 weeks. So 8 weekends, Saturday and Sunday for 8 weekends. They are here, that they reopened Fairhaven, which is the Renaissance Village. And Carol knows a lot about that because she was there when it opened and worked
I
it
was
for
there before
14
it was
years.
there.
Yeah.
I was there before it was there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but
I
she
was
worked
there when there was a farmhouse on the land and we had to tear it down.
Wow, amazing.
so she was there for a long time. And so
Yes.
if you see her give a weary sigh on the video,
Yeah.
it's because she worked
Corsets.
it, corsets and all that kind of stuff. So
Turkey
it's amazing event. They do different themes every weekend. We are just one day, so you can come and enjoy it. And if you're coming to town, you can come and hang out with us at the Geekery Market on Saturday, and then you have your whole
go to the Ren
Sunday to
Fair
go to
on
the Ren
Sunday.
Fair.
Yeah.
So you could go ahead and do that. The one thing I always suggest is to be there when they open, because you just it like the Geekery Market, you want to spend the whole day. But if you come to the Geekery Market first, you can get some fabulous headpieces from Shelley to wear the next day. See, I segued back. I came back.
Yeah.
So, some fabulous
so-
pieces, and you're gonna have some different garments and different things. But if you want to just have a little Ren in your life all year round, you also make fabulous dice bags. You make reusable gift bags. Show us some of the stuff that you're going to be bringing this year, just in time for the
Sure.
holiday season.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have the dice bags are usually one of my really big popular sellers at the geek market. So they are very thoughtfully, some would say obsessively engineered.
As they should be by a proper geek and
Right?
former theater
Yeah.
person. Yes.
Yeah, I have a lot of dice. I need a lot of space to put them in, and so they are very large. They are about 7 inches tall. They have a flat bottom, so they will sit on the surface. They are all fully lined, and the bottoms are actually padded, so they've got a little bit of like squishies in there. So like when you chunk it down, it doesn't make an awful noise because these are things that I think about. Like, I don't like that noise. Okay, I need to figure out a way to make that stop. So, but yeah, like for example, this one, and they are embroidered as well. So this one says "No Mercy" with a little on it, and it is lined. It's velvet lined inside with a lovely green.
Ooh.
And one of the new ones that I just made that I'm very excited about is Gamer in the rainbow, Gaymer. And so these, I'm gonna have a couple of these because they've been a pretty popular design. This one has green inside, but usually it'll have some sort of rainbow something in there for the lining as well. And then we've got our bags of holding. Got a lovely bag of holding there. And this one, obviously, like I can make any of these in any colors. I always have a couple of the bags of holding in different colors, as you know, because they are a very popular design. But if you're at the market and you see one and you think, oh, I'd love to have that, but in orange, okay, I can make it in orange if you would like. And so I do a lot of custom work like that. So yeah, the dice bags are really good. I have yet to figure out how much it can hold. Like I have yet to fill one completely. So I don't know how many sets of dice will fit in one.
Dicers,
They are very roomy.
challenge
They're very roomy.
accepted.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, and then I have I also make embroidered banners, like hang on the wall kind of banners. These are from a series of gods and goddesses that I've been working on. But that's
Sweet.
Freya and Hecate, and so it is a lovely little addition. Got four.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I think let me go and grab one more that's over there to show that I just finished. Where is it? Aha. All right. So yeah, my most popular design, and one that I have finally learned to bring more than just a couple colors, is this one right here. Welcome to our home. Roll for initiative.
Okay, yeah, because I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw one on your Instagram that said a book a day keeps the reality away, and I kind of need that one as well.
I love that one. And then because I am a fan of because I'm a fan of Rebecca Yaros, I've got this one right there.
Yes, yes.
Today.
I think.
Yeah. A good reminder for everything. I feel like when I finished designing this one, I was like, I'm going to put that on absolutely everything. I yeah, that is going to go everywhere. So yeah, those kind of things. We have you mentioned the reusable gift bags. So we have things like this one is a wine or bottle bag, so it cinches up here at the top. flat bottom, and it's got the lovely like moon and leaves on it, which is good. And then the just general reusable gift bags usually are, just a square drawstring. And I also make tags that can go on them. Like, for example, this one is one of my son's actual tags that we use every year. But he has, from Santa, there's always something you want, something you need, and something to read. And so those are like his.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and so we have some of these, and we will have some of these at the market to sell as well.
And what a great idea too. And I know you do the plain bags, but I know
Mhm.
you also do the embroidery. And if you think about it, if you had a family of 4 and you're always giving each other gifts, how much nicer to have like a Santa bag that has each person's name on it. And
Mhm.
so you're saving money, you're saving the planet, and every year you just know, as a parent, or as a spouse, you just start putting the stuff in that bag for that person, and saves on the stress of being up till 2 a.m. trying to wrap gifts the night before, and you
Yeah.
just put it in. One of the favorite commissions that you did for us is you did our burlap Christmas stockings. So when we moved into this house, we have a lot of brick in this house. We kind of have this Lord of the Rings Tolkien thing. You can't see it on this side of the wall, but trust me, on that side of the wall, we have like arches and different things like that. And so we actually have this half wall where we put the Christmas tree, and we have it's a burlap with the red and green plaid at the top. And we have one for the dog. We have one for each of our mothers, for his sister and her husband and their 2 kids when they come into town, and then us. And we can pull out whichever stockings is appropriate for that year of who's going to be coming to celebrate with us. But you were able to do them a nice big size so that we could put lots of stuff in them. And it just makes it so much more personal, because everybody has a stocking and they all match, and it's such a thing. And I know, as a little kid growing up, my mom knitted us stockings with our names on
Oh,
them and stuff
yeah.
like that.
Oh,
But then when my sister came, my sister was adopted at 9. At that point, I was 13 or 12. My brothers were, in their 20s. And so she didn't have that pattern anymore. And so all of a sudden it was trying to figure out how to go back and make a stocking for her that matched. And we ended up just doing away with our childhood stockings and doing new ones so that she didn't feel out of it. But just how nice to have one for everybody. So the gift bags or the other pieces, and you also did a lovely wreath bow for us, that we have above our fireplace in the colors that we needed, because I was like, I just want stuff for all of my crafty friends all around my house. So
always happy to help with that. And yeah, you mentioned the wreath thing. Like the florals that I use for these guys were what I used for that as well. And the cool thing about working with them is that they are so easy to work with. They are, as far as wearing them, they're very light, and easy to move. So yeah.
What are the horns made out of?
The horns are foam.
Oh,
So
cool.
like, yeah, it's really like weighs next to nothing. I will occasionally forget I'm wearing it. Like if I'm out at an event, I keep bonking into things because I forget that it's there. But yeah, it is very, very light. And I make them technically to be reversible, so you could wear it either way. And it would still, you can, however you want to wear the horns. So we've got the biggest, these are of course, like the really big ram's horns. And then I also do antlers, deer antlers. And my most popular ones that I currently do not have in stock because they are so popular and I've sold out, are some tiny little like goat horns. So they're like, just about that big.
Oh,
And they work really well as well. And I'm planning on trying a unicorn horn for this year as well. So we can do a rainbow floral, and then the unicorn horn sticking out of it is an idea that I have. So yeah, these are great. I love these things. These are some of my most fun and favorite things to make and to sell, and to wear, because again, it is really comfortable. And I have a very stringent policy of quality control. I have a 5-year-old boy, and I hand these to the child, and if they are still good to go in about 5 minutes, like if nothing has fallen off, so they are ready to go as far as being used. So
that reminds me of Kenna from Modern Goldfish, and she does the same thing. She's like, if I can throw these things across the room and they're still together, and I guess they're okay to sell,
Yeah.
things like wands or things that kids would touch, or adults would touch, or stuff like that. I actually have one headpiece that I bought at an event, and it was beautiful, but then we had to drive 5 hours home from Atlanta, and then I had to find a place to store it. And when I pulled it back out, it had ostrich feathers on it, and the ostrich feathers all got bent to heck. And now I've bought new ostrich feathers, and I think I'm going to put them back in there. We know that I am not as crafty as I would like. So I may bring it to you at the market and say, take these home and fix this for me.
Yeah.
Here are the ostrich feathers. Here's the previous headpiece. It was just a headband, so which is perfect. It's the way I like. But the flowers themselves, it wasn't enough. You need, like, your flowers that you have. You've got the horns, you've got some pieces that stick out, and some pieces that are close to the head, and you kind of need that variety in order to have the interest and have the balance. And when I cut off the ostrich feathers that were all bent off, and it just doesn't have the same proportion that it did before. So
yeah,
I got to fix that. So good on you for having things that are reversible, because that is actually really handy. We were talking before the show about the fact that last season we only did 20 episodes for the Geekery market, and this year we're slated to do 50, and trying to come up with 50 camera looks is a little bit challenging. So if I had a piece like yours that I could wear it one way, and then a couple episodes later turn it around and wear the other way, so it's not quite the same look, that's important.
Yeah, because that's one of my main things, is I always want to make sure that the stuff that I am making and selling to people is going to be used and enjoyed, and is going to be like, is going to hold up, is going to provide what they need from it, and it's going to make them feel good and make them feel special and a little bit magical, because we don't have enough of that.
No.
Thank you. We don't.
We need more.
Don't.
Yeah.
And I I'm now in my 50s, but when I was in my 20s and 30s, you were so concerned about looking grown up in your 20s, and you were forcing yourself to rush through this grown up phase, and you kind of tossed away the ability to be cute and just to smile and enjoy what you wear. And then I think it was, later in my 30s and 40s when I went through my first divorce and stuff like that. And I was like, I need to surround myself with things that make me smile, and one of the first things I did was I moved into this apartment that had a blue and white bathroom. So the toilet was that 1970s blue, like powder blue, and the shower was blue, and then the tiles were blue and white. But I went out and bought a clear rubber ducky bath shower curtain that had the bright yellow and the light blue in the water and stuff like that. And every time I walked into that bathroom, even though I was starting over again and I was broke and I was 1,000 miles away from anybody I knew and just trying to start a new life, I couldn't help but smile, because it was happy stuff, right?
Yeah.
And it's same thing with like headpieces and earrings, and and I think so many times as in our 20s and 30s, we're so concerned about what other people think, even our 40s, what other
Mhm.
people will think about us. Screw other people.
Oh yeah.
Wear what makes you happy. If you have clothes in your closet and when you pull them out, you go, eh,
Hmm.
throw them away. I mean, listen, you don't have to be a millionaire. Go to Goodwill, go find some happy fabric, go cut, use your scissors, and make it so that you like to wear it. And if you don't like to wear it, give it away to somebody else who might like to wear it and find something you do like. I would rather have 3 pieces of clothing that always make me smile when I wear them than 100 pieces of clothes that make me go,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that you
know?
never wear anyway because they make you go,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you keep not reaching for them because they don't make you happy. I go through my closet at least 4 times a year and just give away whatever I don't like to Goodwill. And I'll go back and see pictures. It's like, oh, that's a really cute top. Don't have that anymore. That's really cute. But you wear it while it makes you happy, and then once it stops, you give it away. And
Yeah.
that's okay. You're allowed to do that.
That is
But
totally.
I just love that dress has those like female scientists on it, the headpiece is just wear stuff that makes you happy,
Yeah.
Matt nods his head. Guys don't have as much opportunity for fun that girls do. I feel bad for them. And I enjoy the exploration that we're starting to see in some men that they just go out and wear what makes them happy. But I think it's very much a Gen X thing that we're fighting against, right? The boomers made us feel like we had to dress a certain way and wear a certain thing. And I get you're going into a job interview, maybe you don't wear your shorts that day,
Yeah.
but also dress for the job you want. So if wearing
I
shorts,
remember my
yeah, go ahead.
I remember my had a very long goth phase where it was just all black, muted,
Mhm.
dark colors. Yeah, I know, and I had long hair, and I don't know if I was really goth, but I had no palette. It was just
Mm.
black, and that's kind of how I was feeling at the time, just kind of blah. But my grandmother, who was just kind of my moral compass for decades, French Paca from Savannah, Georgia. So I just remember one time she just looked at me and said, "You just need to wear some color, child. You just need some color in there." And then she would buy me little swatches of colors. Like she's like, "We have a pocket in that shirt there, child. Here, have this handkerchief." And it was a bright purple handkerchief. So
Love it.
now the one thing I do is I try to embrace color. I still I think a lot of guys still wear like black t-shirts and stuff, but I try to have a little purple in there or something like that. But it's
Yeah.
one of those things that just kind of always stuck with me. It's like you need to brighten it up a little bit, and and it does what you wear definitely does affect your mood. So
Yeah, indeed. And like that's one thing, like I do try and carry some men's stuff as well, especially after like my son was born. I was like, oh, okay. I had this whole idea of like, little fairy child. Okay, well, yeah, little fairy child, gender non-specific. We'll just make clothes
yeah.
for the little fairy child. But yeah, like one of the things that I will probably be at the market actually is a men's button-down shirt, and it just looks like a men's button-down shirt with a pattern on it. And then when you get up close, it's Link and Triforce, and but it's like a print that looks like an old medieval illuminated manuscript kind of thing. It's really cool. And I love it. So yeah, like stuff like that is really important as well, just to make sure that you are as gender inclusive as you can be. And that's one of my big things as well, is just making sure that whoever is wearing it, gender identity notwithstanding, is going to feel good.
Yeah.
And feel like themselves. And we love the euphoria. We want people to feel like themselves and feel comfortable with that. And so
yeah, and definitely the geekery market, if anybody makes you feel not comfortable with yourself,
let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Now, if you're not feeling comfortable with yourself because somebody else is feeling comfortable with themselves, that's different. I can't help you. I can help it.
Can't help you there.
Right.
But if you aren't, part of the reason why we changed the name is because we didn't want anybody to feel like they weren't welcome as they are, who they are. So, that's it. So we want to empower you to be the best version of you that you are, no matter what it is. So we're really excited and we love what you do. So Shelley, thank you so much.
Of course.
And if you want to get stuff ahead of time, go to Shelley's site. We will have it linked in the show notes. You can also go to geekerymarket.com and just find Hollow Hills Couture. And it will give you a link to this episode so that you can see anything if you were driving today and listening and you're like, I want to see the cool science girls and all that kind of stuff. You can do that. But also you can pre-order, because remember, Geekery math is you pay for it ahead of time. When you get to the show, it's like it's free. So
absolutely.
And then you have more. But also, if you want to get certain things, if you want to have your name embroidered on there, if you want to have somebody else's name embroidered on there, she can do that ahead of time for her. Just give her enough time to do that. Please don't order it the night before.
Yeah, definitely not.
For you then. Try to give her a couple weeks to be able to do it. But then that way you don't have to worry that something that you saw today isn't there for you. If you want a gamer bag, like she said, they go very quickly. If you want, I will not die today, those go very quickly. If you want, roll for initiative as the banner outside your house, you're going to have to order that ahead of time, because we open at 10 and I'll tell you some of those things will be gone by 11. So make sure that you come. But, if you want to make sure it's there, pay for it in advance. Then it's already out of your budget. Then it'll give you more money to spend the day of, in theory. So, do that.
Yes, absolutely.
Anything else we need to tell these kind folks before we let them go?
Nothing from me.
Sweet, Carol, we got it all.
Yeah,
we got it all. Just come to the market.
Hollow-headed
Got a
man.
lot of stuff.
If you guys
check
weren't
out
noticing, he changed his name. So
that's right. Definitely check out the Instagram account.
Definitely.
You've got a great meme on there with Ron Swanson, and it's one of his favorite sayings, but it's, just give me all the linen you have. Wait. I worry what you just heard was, give me a lot of linen. What I said was, give me all linen you have. Do you understand?
That is absolutely right. Yeah.
I absolutely love it.
Shelley, always so much fun to hang out with you. Thank you so much. We'll see you in a couple months.
Yes.
And we'll
thank
talk
you
to you
guys
soon.
so much.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
That was an episode of Guardians of the Geekery. Thank you for listening. Check us out at guardiansofthegeekery.com and stay tuned for more content.